As the chairman said, the CSU is the largest and most diverse four-year university system in the country. We have more than 450,000 students. 55% of our students are students of color, mostly from the underserved communities of California. And our mission is to provide high-quality, affordable education to meet our state's ever-changing economic needs. During the 1990s, the direct lending program was created. 10 CSU campuses joined that program then. This year, 5 more campuses have joined the direct lending program, and the remaining 8 campuses will join next year. Why this shift? Events of the past few years have contributed significantly. First, changes to federal law through the budget reconciliation process that reduced FFEL lender margins have led to a decline in FFEL lender service and reliability and to a reduction in borrower benefits. Second, our nation's financial crisis has raised significant concerns about the long-term viability of participating in FFEL. Third, previous concerns about the future viability of direct lending programs have been eliminated. Stability and reliability in a campus's student loan programs are tremendously important to our students and to our institutions. When it comes to student aid, the Pell Grant program, with its focus on student need, is essential to the California State University to closing the gap in college enrollment and completion that exists between low-income students and their more affluent peers. This is true even at low-cost institutions like the CSU. In 2009-10 next year, our average campus tuition plus fees will be $4,155, which is the lowest among any of our comparison institutions and among the lowest in the nation. Even so, many CSU students continue to have financial need. However, thanks in part to programs supported by Chairman Miller and Mr. McKeon, most CSU students with family incomes of $75,000 or less pay no student tuition or fees at the CSU. Both of you have always focused on our most needy students, so thank you. Pell is a huge part of this equation in California. This fall, we estimate that more than 128,000 of our neediest students will receive Pell Grants for a total of more than $445 million. Your support for Pell has also helped us maintain the CSU's long-standing policy. This is our policy. Increases in federal and state grant programs should reduce our students' loan indebtedness dollar for dollar. Over 57% of our CSU graduate recipients graduate without debt, compared to the national average of 33%. And the average debt in California of our students is a little less than $14,000 a year, well below the national average of $20,000. More than 35,000 Pell recipients received CSU bachelor's degrees in 2008. The CSU endorses continued efforts to increase this vital aid for students. This new administration's proposed new $500 million per year post-secondary access and completion fund, which would provide grants to states and nonprofit organizations to help the underserved population pursue and complete a post-secondary education, is very important. The CSU is very supportive of this concept and would like to offer its experience in developing this new program should Congress decide to authorize it. The CSU would also support including an incentive for maintaining state funding of higher education in this program, similar to the non-supplanting provision found in Title I of ESEA. I commend both Chairman Miller and Ranking Member McKeon for utilizing such maintenance of effort language. It is very helpful for public institutions. As this committee explores ways to improve educational attainment for lower income and underrepresented students, I urge you to consider what I call a big and bold idea. And we sure don't need any more little ideas. And that is to resurrect a concept that was authorized in 1972, which was the original Pell. It envisioned direct institutional grants to colleges and universities to support the educational services necessary for these students to succeed. The concept was known as the cost of education allowances and was similar to the concept contained in the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965. A Title I for higher education would provide a flat capitation grant per lower income student for every institution that meets an enrollment threshold of at least 20% of these students. The program could require that funds be used to support academic and student service programs designed to assist Pell-eligible students. It would create incentives for public and private institutions to not only enroll, but to retain and graduate low or lower middle class income students. Here too, the amount of the grant award could be moderately increased or decreased based upon the maintenance of effort for higher education. If we're going to improve our nation's achievements in higher education and reach the President's goal, we have got to reach out to the underserved communities of this country. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.